Right, today I'm going to do a selection of cupcakes for Christmas, so that you can make yourself a nice little plate. It all looks nice together, but it's quite simple to do. I'm going to do two basic types. First of all, I'm going to do one with an embossed snowflake in it. For that, you need MMP or your own modelling paste, but something that'll roll very finely to start with. You don't want this part to be thick. So we're going to start by cutting out a few snowflakes. Need the Mexican. You can use Squire's Kitchen, make your own, or use sugar paste that's had a bit of CMC or gum trag added to it, just to give it that flexibility and firmness to allow you to roll that bit finer. It's easier if you do this on a non-stick board. I'm using the cell board from Cupcakes, and it just makes it a bit easier to lift. So once you've rolled it out finely, you want to just put a little bit of corn flour underneath, just to stop it from sticking. I'm using the PME, this is the small snowflake plunger cutter. Hold the outside of it and just give it a bit of a scrub, and then press it down and then release it. By pressing it down, if it will turn over again, you get the pattern into it. So again, hold the outside, cut it, press it to emboss, and then flick it out. And when they're dry, we're going to pop them into the top of a cake like that. We'll come back to that in a little while. Now, while these are soft in this particular cake, take some ordinary sugar paste. You can either use the Renshaw's Poppy Red, which is a good Christmas colour, or you can mix it yourself using the Red Extra. By using the Red Extra, you don't need quite so much food colour, and it doesn't go sticky on you. Either a little bit of corn flour or a little bit of icing sugar to stop it sticking, and roll it out. Don't roll it too thinly this time, because this is going to be the top of your cake. So you want a little bit of icing there for flavour. Make sure you roll it big enough to cover your cake. I have the cake here. I've used nice little spotty red and white spots. It looks like snowballs, I think, so it's good for Christmas. And I've just put a layer of buttercream, which helps the paste stick, but it also gives it a little bit more flavour and moisture. So once you've got a rough idea of how big your icing is going to be, take these snowflakes and just drop them on. There's no need to stick them, because we're going to roll them in a little bit. Just randomly round, or if you want to make a specific pattern, then that's okay too. That looks good. And then very carefully, just gently roll across each one, and make sure they stay smooth. Now I'm using, these are a set of cutters that we sell at PartyAnimalOnline. I'm going to cut out over these snowflakes. It's better to do it after you've rolled it out again, because that way you're not going to get your circle misshapen when you come to roll in your snowflakes. Lift it up and place it on top of your your first little cake. Now I think that's a pretty quick and simple effect. It tastes nice, it's got good eating quality, and you can do it with Christmas trees as well. Same technique. I've used the PME Christmas tree cutters here. Cut out some green paste with out of Mexican paste, rolled them very thin, white circle on the top, exactly the same. Okay, so we've got our two flatter cupcakes, which look pretty, but just for a bit of variation, we're going to do a 3D one. Here's one with the snowflakes, and we'll do one for the Christmas trees as well. For the snowflake one, I did exactly the same, cut out the snowflakes as before, but this time let them dry out. I've cut a circle of white paste first, and then a little circle of the red, and a little bit of royal icing there to just stick them in, or you could use a little bit of buttercream if you don't have the royal icing, and then just simply pop them in there. I have coloured these with a little bit of silver lustre colour to give a bit more effect, but you could use silver snowflake from Sugarcraft, which is a nice one. Now for the Christmas trees, I'll show you, it was the same technique. This time I've used a little bit of green around the edge and the white in the middle to give the contrast to the green trees. So roll out your paste. It doesn't have to be quite so fine this time, although you don't want it looking too heavy, so don't make it too thick. These are the PME cutters, the same as we've used there. And cut out 3 or 4 little trees per cake. Give them a little bit of a scrabble, and that keeps them clean cut. And then take them from the backing. To colour this paste, I actually used white MMP, and then I added holly green from Sugarcraft there to get that sort of nice, rich, foresty green shade. So with these, you want to set them to one side to dry. Probably take overnight, it's as well to give it that, just to make sure that they're nice and firm. So I'll just take those out. Here's the ones that we used earlier. Now, you can, if you like, give them a little bit of silver on the top here. For this one, we use the silver snowflake, just dusted on the top, or painted on with a little bit of isopropyl alcohol if you want a deeper shade for it. You could also use a little bit of royal icing if you have it, if you're using it for your sticking. I have a little bit in this bag to make it easy to deal with. But you can, of course, just dab it on with a brush. But you can just pop a little bit onto the top, and then use your brush to brush it down. So you use your brush and just brush it into the top to make it look like there's a bit of snow on there. It's up to you how you want to do it. Slightly damp brush is a good idea because it just helps it brush in. And then if you like, you can also just dip it into the magic sparkles and get a really nice icy top to it. So to fix them up, you want very stiff royal icing or firm buttercream. So put it onto the top of your cake. You can see how stiff it is because it's standing up there. It needs to be nice and firm to hold your trees upright. Brush it down a little bit to give it a snowy appearance. as we have with this one. And then sprinkle just a few of the magic sparkles over the top to get that nice frosted look to it. And then arrange the trees as you would like. There's a little forest. You can just push the trunks in a little bit to help them to stay where you want them. And there's a nice Christmas tree forest as well. And as I say, with this one, it's done exactly the same using the snowflakes painted with a bit of silver lustre to give you the same effect. And I'm sure you'll agree that when they're all together on the plate, they give you quite a nice effect. A good Christmas range of colours there.